panic has officially hit the WNBA. We're talking a massive $40 million loss for Caitlyn Clark's rookie season, and the league is in meltdown mode. What once looked like a golden era during Caitlyn's reign is now turning into a nightmare. Let me tell you, this is huge. Could this be the beginning of the end for the WNBA?
As most WNBA players are crying about misogyny, men are on the hook for their $40 million in losses. Without men subsidizing them, they would have bankrupted right after they started.
Let's be honest, Caitlyn Clark's rookie season was nothing short of phenomenal. She packed arenas, broke TV ratings records, and her jersey was selling out faster than any merch the league has ever seen.
WNBA players can't draw attendance or television ratings without Caitlyn Clark. They're surviving off the charity of the NBA, but they want to convince you that life is unimaginably hard for them. This twice-as-hard mentality is insanity.
We're talking about a player who literally saved the WNBA from irrelevance. But now, the league is staring at a $40 million loss and entering what could be the biggest crisis in its history. But now, the WNBA is staring down a $40 million loss and scrambling to figure out what went wrong. It's not just about the money anymore. It's about the league's future. And you know it's bad when NBA owners are starting to sweat. Guess who's leading the charge? James Dolan, owner of the New York Knicks. That's right, the same guy who's been getting roasted by fans for years is now the one demanding answers. And honestly, he's got a point.
NBA owners are furious with the WNBA for losing even more money during its most popular season of all time. They are tired of propping up the women's league as financial backers without a path to revenue.
You see, the WNBA has been bleeding money for 27 years. Yes, you heard that right. 27 years and without seeing a single penny of profit. How much longer can the NBA keep cutting checks without seeing results? I mean, what other league or business operates for 27 years at a loss?
The NBA loses 10 to 12 million a year on the WNBA. WNBA has yet to turn a profit. It's been 26 years.
There are a lot of questions that need answering. What's the plan to stop the financial hemorrhaging? And why haven't they seen better results with someone like Caitlyn Clark in the mix? For 27 years, the WNBA has been running at a loss, but now that loss has hit a jaw-dropping $40 million. You better believe people are freaking out behind the scenes. Dolan's not playing around either. He's calling out NBA Commissioner Adam Silver directly, demanding transparency. The NBA owns 75% of the WNBA, so when the WNBA tanks, the NBA takes a massive hit too. And don't think for a second that these owners aren't fed up with pouring money into something that's not working. They want answers, and they want them now.
Despite Caitlyn Clark, the WNBA will lose $40 million, and NBA owners are not happy.
Now, you're probably wondering, could the NBA just pull the plug on the WNBA? I mean, the league has been hemorrhaging money for years, and $40 million in losses is no joke. But here's the catch. The WNBA isn't just a business. It's a symbol of woman empowerment and equality. Shutting it down would be a PR disaster, and it would mean that the NBA is not capable enough to maintain a women's league.
Caitlyn Clark fans clown WNBA on $40 million loss surfaces after jealous players cried all year. Reportedly, NBA owners are furious over the league-blowing value from the Clark effect.
But there are other reasons as well, which we'll soon discuss. Yeah, the WNBA is still standing, but let's be real. For how long? The league is on thin ice, and the pressure is on. NBA owners are watching closely, and they're not just worried about the money anymore. They want to know if the WNBA can even survive. And just when you thought things couldn't get crazier, there's a $2 billion media rights deal on the table. Yes, you heard that right, billion with a B. That's more than 36 times the current deal. The WNBA will earn an estimated $2.2 billion as part of the NBA's multi-year deals with NBC, Amazon, and Disney for broadcasting rights, according to multiple outlets, more than tripling the value of the league's media rights amid increased demand for women's basketball. The new deals, spanning the next 11 seasons, will increase the value of the WNBA's media rights from about $60 million per year to $200 million per year. The league's current media rights deals will expire after the 2025 season, and the NBA, which owns about 60% of the WNBA, negotiated the WNBA's new deals that were approved by the NBA.
Thanks to Caitlyn Clark and others, WNBA secures a $2.2 billion TV deal, goes from $50 million a year to $200 million in TV revenue, with the ability to get even more in 3 years if they continue to cook. Numbers don't lie. Check the scoreboard.
And you know what? It's all riding on one person, Caitlyn Clark. The only reason the WNBA is even in talks talks for this kind of money is because of her. She's the league's golden ticket. The WNBA's future is literally in the hands of Caitlyn Clark. She's not just a player, she's the golden ticket that's driving this $2 billion media deal. The numbers don't lie. When Caitlyn is on the court, everything goes up. TV ratings, ticket sales, jersey sales, you name it. Without her, the WNBA wouldn't even be in talks for this kind of massive deal.
The WNBA's new media deal will bring in $200 million per year, with the potential for an extra $60 million per year. Their current deal, $50 million per year, the Caitlyn Clark effect.
But if things don't go perfectly, this $40 million loss could turn into a complete financial meltdown. The league is walking a razor-thin line, but hold on, it gets messier. If the WNBA players opt out of their collective bargaining agreement by November 1st, it could send the league into financial freefall. Players want higher salaries, but the league's already in the red. This could turn the WNBA's financial struggles into a full-blown disaster. Everything is riding on the next few months, and if things don't go right, it's lights out for the WNBA.
The WNBA's economics are fascinating. $50 million in 2024 losses. NBA owners control 42%. Players receive approximately 10% of league revenue. So, while attendance and viewership are up, we may see a lockout if players expect $1 million annual salaries.
And here's the kicker. While Caitlyn Clark was out there saving the league, some players, like Angel Reese, were out here attacking her fans. Yeah, you heard me right. They're calling out the new fans as racist. The same fans who are buying tickets, watching games, and keeping the league afloat. It's like they're biting the hand that feeds them. And these players wonder why the league is struggling. Instead of coming together to support Caitlyn, some players have been pushing her away. There's been bullying, resentment, and a complete lack of support from some within the league. Rather than embracing the star who's brought them success, they've been treating her like an outsider. No wonder fans are pulling back. If the WNBA can't even support its biggest asset, how can they expect to survive? During Caitlyn Clark's rookie season, the Indiana Fever attendance was blowing everyone out of the water. Almost 16,000 fans were showing up per game, more than the attendance of any other team. TV ratings were breaking records left and right, and Caitlyn Clark jerseys, forget about it, sold out faster than you could click add to cart. Ticket prices skyrocketed, and people were happy to pay. Caitlyn brought life back to the WNBA, and now it's on the verge of collapse without her. With a $40 million loss staring them in the face, they're scrambling to figure out what went wrong. Caitlyn Clark saved them, and instead of riding that momentum, they let the league fall back into financial freefall. It's like they don't know how to capitalize on their biggest star.
2.537 million people watched Caitlyn Clark's final game of the WNBA season last night, as per sports TV ratings. That makes it the 9th most viewed non-All-Star WNBA game of all time, and the most viewed since 2000.
Here's the cold hard truth. The WNBA cannot survive without Caitlyn Clark. The league is barely holding on as it is, and without her star power, they're at risk of fading into obscurity.
Caitlyn Clark had one of the greatest stat lines in WNBA history. 29 points, 13 assists, 5 rebounds, 5 steals, 5 threes, 3 blocks 50%, shooting 56%, threes 90%, free throws.
The WNBA needs to figure out how to keep her happy, how to build around her, and how to make sure they don't lose everything she's brought to the table. And now there's even more trouble brewing. Caitlyn Clark has been hinting at the possibility of taking her talents to Europe. And if she does, the WNBA might as well start writing its obituary. Losing Caitlyn to Europe would be the final nail in the coffin. The league cannot afford to lose her, but with a $40 million loss, they might not have the means to keep her here. The internal division in the WNBA is killing it from the inside. Players are turning on each other, fans are being alienated, and the league is spiraling into financial chaos. If they don't get it together soon, the WNBA will be nothing more than a cautionary tale about how to destroy your own success.
Caitlyn Clark asked the WNBA to pay other players bonuses so that they could share in the success of the Fever selling out arenas. The WNBA said no because of the CBA, but that's a super nice gesture, especially because she never discussed it publicly.
And some players are even saying that the new media rights deal is too low for WNBA and criticizing the NBA for lowballing the women's sport. I mean, seriously? It seems that these people are not understanding the gravity of the situation right now. It's a time for coming together and collective thought, not not for petty squabbling and politics.
WNBA legend Cheryl Miller says the league's reported 11-year, $2.2 billion media rights package is a lowball. We need tough and fair negotiators and visionaries.
And don't forget, the collective bargaining agreement could be the final straw. If the players opt out, the league will be plunged into an even deeper financial hole. Higher salaries are great, but not when the league is already losing millions. This could be the move that pushes the WNBA off the cliff.
The WNBA players are going on strike despite the league losing $40 million last year. Would be hysterical if team owners refused to give higher salaries and demanded players give refunds for all the money they lost. I've never heard of a player strike in a league losing money.
So here we are, the WNBA has a choice. Ride the Caitlyn Clark wave and make the right moves, or fade into obscurity. Right now, it's looking shaky. With a $40 million loss hanging over their heads, the league's future is in serious jeopardy. If they don't figure this out, and fast, this could be the end. What do you think? Can the WNBA survive this massive loss, or is this the beginning of the end? Drop a comment below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more breaking WNBA news.